Hello everyone, today in this video I'll be talking about who should you pull in the version 3.4 of Honkai Star Rail. So in the version 3.4 we are going to get the huge collab characters. Not only just that, we are going to get the most powerful character after Castories is gonna be none other than our beloved Phainon. Phainon is gonna be a really amazing character, and I have really high expectations for him, and he is going to live up to that expectations. I know everyone will be pulling for Phainon, and he's gonna be incredible character. And beside Phainon, we're also going to get in the first phase Tribbie, Sunday, and I think Sparkle. Okay, we're also going to talk about who's going to come in the second phase as well, which is Firefly, Jinglu, and Blade. Okay, so we're going to talk about first of all first phase, and then we're going to wrap up with the second phase. Okay, all right, if you're new to the channel and you just found me on YouTube, what are you waiting for? Like, subscribe, share the video out, and let's dive into the video. Okay, first of all, let's talk about the first phase, and the first character we are going to get our brand new 5-star character, Phainon. So we all know Phainon from the story. He's a much more hype character. He plays a big part in the story. We all know that. Okay, I don't need to dive into that. Okay, I don't need to go into all those. But let's talk about the main thing. Phainon, how strong he is. Phainon is a physical destruction DPS. He gains his ultimate through targeted abilities used on him instead of using energy. Upon activation, he transforms into entering an isolated state where he unleashes devastating damage with a new set of abilities. And when conditions align, Phainon becomes a brokenly strong unit, obliterating enemies with overwhelming force. However, his rigid mechanics prevent him from being universally adaptable, making him a high-risk, high-reward pick. Okay, we're gonna talk about Phainon's strength. Let's talk about Phainon's strengths. Extremely high damage output. So when you do pull for Phainon, he's going to give you high damage number of output. You can expect that from him. Second, he has a stunning animation. His ultimate form features visually impressive effects that enhance the impact of his attacks, as you have seen in the live stream. Now there are limitations of Phainon. Okay, his damage potential during his ultimates is restricted by the way his action values function. He has a linear playstyle. His kit lacks flexibility, focusing purely on raw damage with minimum utility. Okay, minimal utility. Okay, so Phainon is going to be a very good character, and I highly recommend pulling for him because he is going to be the best physical character in the path of destruction. Okay, he's going to be the great character in the path of destruction as a physical DPS. I think he's going to even surpass Boothill. Boothill is nothing against Phainon. He's not going to come near against Phainon. Okay, so Phainon definitely is going to be a great character, and I think he's going to synergize really well with Sunday, Robin, Hyacinth as well. It's going to work also with Bronya, Tingion, if you have a free-to-play team, Tingion, Trailblazer, and Gallagher as a free-to-play options. So he's very free-to-play friendly as well, and he's going to be also has a premium team, and I think there's another character who's coming for Phainon in the future. Okay, now we're going to talk about all right, now we're going to talk about Tribbie. I think there's all right, there you go. So we're gonna talk about Tribbie. Okay, let's talk about Tribbie. Okay, so Tribbie is a quantum and a most powerful harmony character in Honkai Star Rail. Okay, she is very strong harmony unit that can buff the entire party all-type resistant penetration, and she deals a lot of amount of damage with her follow-up attacks, and with her ultimate she deals additional damage when there are a lot of multiple enemies, making her really good at AoE scenarios. Okay, so should you get Tribbie? Absolutely yes. If you have a character like Castories, if you have My Day, or you have any other characters you want to work with, Tribbie is going to be the best harmony character to get. She is going to synergize really well with every single art character out there, especially with Castories. And Tribbie is a very high valuable character, and she's going to be very good in AoE scenarios as well. And yeah, she's going to be very good, and she's gonna work great with Harta. You know, the Hartas, just really well with the Harta, the Mighty, Castories. Literally every character that have out there have been released in Emperos. Okay, she's gonna be really amazing. So definitely think Tribbie. If you have Castories, now it depends really. If you have Castories, and if you're missing out on Tribbie, definitely your priority should be getting Tribbie first. Most important thing, which is gonna be Tribbie. Okay. Now we're gonna talk about let's see. All right, Sunday. Okay, we're gonna talk about Sunday. Sunday is gonna be very important character. Let me tell you this. If you don't have Sunday, you'll literally have to pull for Sunday, no matter what. Because he's gonna synergize really well with Phainon. Absolutely, he's gonna be important character for Phainon. Not only just for Phainon. If you have Aglaya and you're missing out on Sunday, his Sunday is gonna work really well with Aglaya as well, with Phainon, with My Day. Okay, he is very good. He is very good, very valuable character, and he's getting rerun at the very right time. Okay, he's getting rerun at the very right time. He's also going to work great with Saber. So if you are going to pull for Saber, most likely Saber, we're going to talk about that later, but Saber is going to synergize really well with Sunday. Okay, so if you're planning to either get Phainon or Saber, I think you should prioritize getting Sunday after you pull for Phainon. So definitely Phainon is going to be a very Sunday is going to be a very important character. Thing about Sunday is he can advance forward summons. This makes him a great support for DPS character who relies on summons. Okay, and yeah, he is going to be very good. Sunday is a universal harmony character. Okay, you can pair him with any of the DPS characters out there. He's very valuable, and I definitely think he's going to be very good. And yeah, he's an amazing support, not just for DPS character, but with summons, but also hyper carry DPS in general. Sunday literally gives your DPS and their summon an extra turn using his skill and increases their damage. His ultimate gives them energy and increases their crit damage. And he can also remove a debuff through his skill and is SP neutral. So definitely pull for Sunday if you're going for either Phainon or Saber. Okay, and if you already have characters like My Day or Aglaya, definitely highly recommend going for Sunday. Okay, let's talk about the next character, which is gonna be Sparkle. Okay, we're gonna talk about Sparkle. Now Sparkle is gonna be, finally, she was dead for a while, but now she's gonna be good because of a character that is coming, which is gonna be a free character, which is Archer. Now Archer is a quantum character. Okay, he is going to be very good with, synergize really well with Sparkle. So is Sparkle worth pulling? She's very useful support. Now everyone is gonna have a question: is she worth pulling right now at this time in the meta? It really depends. Like if you don't have Sparkle, I think most of the people by now have Sparkle, but if you are a new player, you just started after 3.0, you don't have Sparkle. Okay, you missed out on Sparkle, and I understand that, but now you have the opportunity to get her. So she's a very useful support for DPS units to consume a lot of skill points, and I believe free character like Archer is going to be using a lot of skill points, so Sparkle is going to be a very important character for him. Sparkle can advance the character turn forward and increase the entire party damage as long as allied unit consumes a skill point. So yeah, and if you are going to build a mono quantum team with Archer and other mono quantum characters like Silver Wolf, who is going to get a buff, who's going to get a buff, definitely I think pull for Sparkle if you are a huge fan of the mono quantum team, or if you want to improve your Archer team, definitely go for Sparkle. You can't go wrong with that. Okay, you don't need to get her light cone, you can definitely get Sparkle if you want to improve your Archer team. That's it. Now we're gonna talk about the second phase banner. Okay, the second phase banner is a huge bait banner, and I highly recommend to stay away from it. Okay, we are going to get Firefly, Jinglu, and Blade. Now there is one character that is going to be very good in this banner, I would say, because a lot of her kit has changed. So I'm going to talk about that. Okay, so we're going to talk about Firefly. Okay, we're going to talk about Firefly. All right. Okay, so we all know Firefly is a destruction character. Okay, and she is a very powerful, used to be a very powerful destruction DPS who used to do a lot of break damage, and she had a team with Fugway, with with Wanmei, and yeah, she's a really good character. She can reduce toughness and can apply fire weakness through the use of her ultimate, which allows her to easily weakness break an enemy regardless of the weakness type. But right now in the meta, break is very relevant, and I don't think pulling for Firefly, and by that time most of the old players have Firefly, so I'm talking about the new players who started after 3.0. Don't get Firefly, stay away from Firefly, do not pull on her, because she won't be worth your stellar chase right at the moment right now. Unless she gets buffed in the future, you can pull for her, but I would not recommend right now. Now we're gonna talk about Jinglu. Okay. Now Jinglu scenario is very different. Okay, Jinglu has completely overhauled. A lot of her stuff was her kit changed from attack to HP. Now she's an HP scaling character who scales on the more HP Jinglu has, the more damage she will do. So basically, her ice damage deals more. She does more ice damage equal to how much HP Jinglu has. So yeah, Jinglu is gonna be really good character, and we know, especially the characters like miHoYo, Castaways who scales of HP, they can deal so much damage. So I honestly think Jinglu would be really a good pick on this second phase if you are lacking on an ice DPS character, if you don't have the Harta, if you don't have the Harta, especially if you didn't pull for Harta, you definitely should consider getting Jinglu, because her buff is really good, I can tell you that. And all her kit changed basically in simple words, in simple form. Her previous kit was attack. Okay, the more attack she has, the more damage she does, but now they changed it to HP, which is very interesting because she will be very good in the meta right now because of the HP change in her kit. So definitely, I highly recommend getting Jingliu if only you are lacking ice DPS character. That's it. If you don't have the Harta and you feel like you need a ice DPS character, you can definitely put your Stellar Blades on her. She won't let you down, and her new buff is gonna be insane, and she's gonna be really good in the meta right now. Now we're gonna talk about Blade. Yeah, okay. We're gonna talk about Blade. In simple words, I would say Blade. You can get him through, if you lose 50-50 in the selector, through limited banner. So Blade, I would say stay away from it. Don't even get his light on. His new buffs are good, but it's not that impressive. I still think he's good. Okay, they have changed a lot of stuff on him, but I honestly think you can get Blade. You don't need to waste your Stellar Jades on Blade, because you can easily get him if you lose 50-50. And if you don't get him, you just gotta wait around. You probably most likely will get him at some point. So if you're a new player, definitely wait for a while, and once you lose 50-50, and you will eventually get Blade at some point. So stay away from this banner, okay? Stay away from Blade, so that will be good to go. Alright? So, is there Saber? I'm looking for Saber here. Oh, there you go. So, we're gonna talk about now the collab characters, okay? We're gonna talk about the collab characters, which is very important as well. So, collab characters, let's talk about that. Let's talk about Saber, okay? So Saber is a limited 5-star destruction path character with the element of wind. She excels as a main DPS and thrives on frequent ultimate usage of high burst damage. Not only does she have a high break damage, but she can also deal additional damage based on the length of the enemy break gouge. This means that as a character of destruction, she can clear enemies in groups and deal with single targets effectively, although exact values are not clear yet. The strength of collaboration character is generally not low, so she is very good, and she's gonna synergize really well with Sunday. Supports like Robin and Hyacinth. So Saber, definitely if you have Sunday, Robin, Hyacinth, you will synergize really well with those characters. If you don't have those, you can also use other free-to-play characters as well. Okay, she's gonna synergize well with them as well. So definitely, Saber, the collab banner is not gonna go away. It's gonna stay for the rest of the year. So you have a lot of time to get Saber, so don't worry about it. But yeah, Saber, definitely grab Saber. Mine as well. So let's come down to the conclusion. Okay, let's come down to the conclusion. Who should you pull for in the first phase? So first phase, Phainon. Phainon should be your first priority. Okay, Phainon should be your first priority. Get him. If you already have characters like Sunday, okay, if you already have characters like Sunday, Hyacinth, Phainon should be definitely a must-pull character. Definitely try to get Phainon. One copy of Phainon should be more than enough. But yeah, so and it really comes down to which character you have in your account. So if you are missing out on Tribbie, get Tribbie. For Castaways, characters like miHoYo, you know, it's gonna be really good. Okay, and we're gonna talk about Sparkle. Now Sparkle will be very valuable for Archer, because we're gonna get Archer for free. So Sparkle will be really good. If you are missing out on Sparkle, then definitely try to get Sparkle for Archer and for the Mono Quantum team. Now first phase is very valuable. Second phase, I would say stay away from Firefly. Simple as that. Jinglu, if you're lacking on ice DPS, get her. Other than that, you're fine with the Harta. Blade, basically with Blade, you can get Blade if you lose 50-50 through the limited banner, through the selector section. So don't waste Stellar Jades on that. And we're gonna talk about Saber. Collab characters, no need to pull right now collab characters because they're gonna stay for the rest of the year. So you have a lot of time to get Saber at any point of time. Okay. An archer, we are going to get archer for free, so you don't need to pull on him, but you can, if you pull 200 pulls on the 3.4 banner, either on any of the banner, okay, through first phase or second phase, you will be able to claim his light one as well. So yeah, so that will be it for the video. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Take care everyone, bye bye.